How can we deal with the climate and the food crisis? After sizzling summer, the UN Secretary General has warned that the era of global boiling has arrived. What can we do about it? The scientific answer is carbon emission. Almost 99% of the human body mass comprises 6 elements: hydrogen, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, calcium, and phosphorus, with the rest from carbon-containing molecules. Water, H2O, and carbon dioxide, CO2, are vital in all forms of life. The atmosphere is mostly nitrogen and oxygen, but when sunlight hits more carbon particles in the atmosphere, the Earth heats up. Prior to human life, there was a natural balance or carbon cycle whereby plants and microbiological life capture the carbon through photosynthesis, keeping the temperature balance that sustains life on Earth. So what is the leverage point that we can work on to deal with food, water, and carbon capture? The answer is the soil on which we live, the primary producer of our food and water. The oceans are important in terms of carbon capture and marine food, but the bulk of our population lives on land and rely on food farming. Of the 3 biospheres, land, ocean, and the atmosphere, soil offers the best chance where we can do something about fixing. Recently, there is awareness that a farmer-centric effort to regenerate soil and food production can not only tackle our food crisis, water shortage, but also capture carbon. Europe has formed a coalition to explore a farm-centric agriculture regenerative initiative. After being hit by the grain and fertilizer supply shocks arising from the Ukraine war, the developing countries were further alarmed by India limiting the export of rice on 20th July this year. Suddenly, food self-sufficiency is now high on the policy agenda because all politicians are aware that high food prices, inflation, is socially destabilizing. Regenerating the soil, forest, and water sources are social impact projects as important as public infrastructure, such as transportation, road, and posts, with high social returns but low financial rate of return. These are exactly the type of project which social stock exchanges and philanthropic charities should be supporting. Even at the city level, vertical farming using organic compost and fertilizers can increase food self-sufficiency to absorb food disruption. It is all pie in the sky. Solving climate change and social injustice is about doing more for many with less. Regenerating the soil beneath our feet, use the scarce land to produce more healthy and nutritious food for more people, reducing the need to fight each other. Climate change is a change in context. Don't you think systematically, but act and adapt locally will survive. Don't you deny change will not survive the coming crisis. How can we deal with the climate and the food crisis?